Catherine Harris was smoking a cigarette in bed inside this front room when the fire started. That's what investigators tell us, but they also say she didn't realize it was burning right away. You can take a look at some of the remains, things barely recognizable. Now, there's a lot of things we still don't know in this crash. One thing, what color this light was at the intersection when the crash happened.
He travels 45 miles each day round trip just to make it to work. He gets nearly 15 miles to the gallon, so that means he's burning 3 gallons of gas each day to get to work. Now multiply that by nearly $4 a gallon. That means he's saving $12 for every Friday that he stays home. Now if you multiply that by 50 work weeks in a year, it's a savings of $600 annually just by taking Fridays off.
Neighbors are back home on this street. Police, though, still inspecting this house. I want to show you the note on the front door, that middle glass pane. Lieutenant Karen Walter says what is written in that note is why police could not take any chances. Greensboro police blew up the back door and sent a robot inside.
In fact, there were explosive devices of some sort in there. We have to be cautious and do what's best for the safety of the citizens.
Officers found no explosives, but they did find the homeowner dead sitting in the living room. A note on the front door triggered the response from the bomb squad, hostage negotiators, and the SWAT team. It warned of homemade bombs attached to doors and windows.
It scared me.
Neighbor Todd Haithcock read that note before evacuating.
That's when I backed up and started walking away, real slowly.
Another neighbor called 911. People who knew the man who lived here say he suffered from depression.
He was a super guy, but his wife had committed suicide a year ago, and I just don't believe he ever got over it.
While police say no one else was inside, they did find a chocolate lab unharmed. Friends are now taking care of the dog. Police say there are no signs of foul play.
So it was just, where did it hurt the most, Drake?
Right here.
His eye was so shut and his cheek was scraped pretty bad.
Melanie Campbell says her 2-year-old son is just fine since an ATV rolled over him. She doesn't blame the 5-year-old who drove it or anyone else.
I don't think anybody should be arrested for anything. It was an accident that stuff happens.
That boy can ride that thing good to be 5 years old. If he was here, I'd show you. I'd let him take it for a spin.
Auburn Cartrette says his grandson first rode the small ATV when he was 3. A sticker on the vehicle warns riders should not be under 16. The law requires riders be at least that old for this kind of ATV.
Because I ain't never let him ride it without me being with him.
Cartrette admits his grandson was out of sight when the crash happened, but still thinks it was nobody's fault.
I'm guilty of buying the four-wheeler and letting the boy ride it. But now, that wasn't nothing but an accident that little fella got run over. That's all you can make of that.
It was so bad. I mean, we were in the truck panicking. I mean, I kept closing my eyes because I was so scared.
It's a ride Kim Garner will never forget. The February afternoon, she spotted what she calls a drunk driver on I-40.
He was all over the highway. He almost hit so many people, it was unreal. I mean, I just can't explain how bad it was.
So bad, she and her friend Josh Pascal called 911 from the road multiple times.
I'm pretty sure he's drunk because he's swerving all over the highway.
He said you're on a highway and you see somebody that looks like they were drinking. What road are you on?
We're on Highway 40 heading westbound, just past exit 290. I've got his tag number and everything. It's a green Chevy truck. I mean, he's everywhere, and somebody's going to end up getting killed out here.
Every time a car went by, we were just like, oh, you know, oh my God, please don't go up that way. Please don't go up that way. And, you know, there was nothing we could do.
Yeah, he's definitely about to wreck somebody, man.
We played the 911 tape for Highway Patrol Captain Everett Clendenin.
We're in the fast lane right behind us, and he about ran off the road again just now. I mean, we literally seen him chugging one brown paper bag.
Okay, all right, we'll get a broadcast out for the officers in that area, okay?
Why didn't somebody stop this guy?
The captain in that area told me that there was simply nobody in place.
Kim Garner and her friends followed the driver for more than an hour. They gave detailed descriptions, but no one ever caught up with him.
The 911 center sounds like they took down the correct information. Now, as to why there wasn't a local officer or a sheriff's deputy or the patrol out there, all I can say is on our side, what I have heard is there was no trooper available to stop the person.
Clendenin couldn't tell us which sheriff's office the Highway Patrol called for help, because the patrol doesn't keep a record, and sometimes there just aren't enough troopers to catch dangerous drivers.
At any one time in one of these larger counties, there may be 4 to 5 people out working. The bottom line is we would have, if that was an impaired driver, we hate that we didn't get them stopped.
They want to try to stop the drunk drivers. You know, you hear about it all the time. Let's get them off the road. Well, we tried.
Garner and her friends followed the driver from Raleigh to Rock Creek Dairy Road, where they lost him.
For it to be that long and no one ever showed up, you know, I just feel like there's something wrong here. You know, it shouldn't take that long. That could have caused a very serious crash, very serious, and it could have hurt a lot of people.